D, wait for it, Lightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So I literally just got done watching the latest episode of Titans, episode 9, and Donna and Raven are back. I was happy that they were in this episode. I knew they were going to be in this episode, but it took a while to get here. I'm not going to lie. Like, we've been focusing on the Bat family for so long that I'm just like, man, can we focus on some other characters here? Because I mean, Dick Grayson's great and everything, but yeah, like, and everything. They did something in this episode that I do not like, which I will talk about. But yeah, I liked seeing Donna and Raven come back. They're not Raven's not my favorite character just because I don't think they've explored her character enough, in my opinion. That's the thing. That's my problem with this show, is they've got so many characters that it's like, how do you give everybody the right amount of time? And I don't think they've done that at all. I think they mostly focus on Dick and Starfire, which is fine. But at the same time, I go, Beast Boy's got a good story also, and you're not focusing on that either, especially this season. They have not focused on him at all. So it's just, I wish they would focus on the other characters of the team rather than just Dick Grayson and Starfire, even though I do like both of them. They're both good characters. It's just, but Raven's coming back. So hopefully this takes a turn that we can start to focus on them a little bit more. The same thing with Donna, even though if they don't focus on Donna too much, it's fine, even though I do like this character and the actress that plays her. She does a really good job. I like her. I've never seen her before this show. So yeah, why don't we jump into breaking this sucker down? And I'll give you more of my thoughts while we go along. So it starts off at this beautiful castle on this little rock thing. I saw this. I was like, I want to live there. Kind of, if there's like a earthquake or something, they're going down into that ocean. And this is obviously Bruce Wayne's castle, which of course it is. And there he is looking all old and shit. So he's got this guy there and he's like, "Are you sure you want to do this, Mr. Wayne?" And I'm all like, "Oh, he's doing something." I thought he was just going to sign over his whole fortune to Dick Grayson and everything. And I was like, don't sign over all your money. I mean, come on. He's like, "I made up my mind," or whatnot. He's like, "Oh, everything's in order," and all that stuff. And he's all like, he's like, "Is there anything else you're going to be needing, Mr. Wayne?" He's like, "No," and he like leaves and everything. And it's the last will and testament of Bruce Wayne. So I was like, oh my gosh, are they doing what I think they're gonna do? But at first I was just like, okay, he's just gonna assign over all his money to Dick Grayson, which I was like, that's fine, I guess. I don't know. The problem I have, I don't like what they're doing with Batman. That's my problem. Batman's such a fantastic character, and I don't like what you're doing. So we pop over to Themyscira, and I did like seeing this. Themyscira in this episode seemed a little too very dull, very matted in my opinion. Like, I was like, this is a huge island, and we're only getting a small piece of it and everything. And I want to talk about some other stuff with it, but. So they are sitting here. They're doing a ritual. They're trying to bring Donna Troy back to life. She looks very nice there, even though she's dead, but she looks nice there. So they're trying to bring her back to life, and Rachel keeps, looking up, and this girl's like, no, whatever, because she gets all eye glowy and everything, and she's like, no, don't do your thing, and she's so then there's that little temple-y thing, or their city. Is that their city? It's not very big. If that's their city. And the island's not very big, but anyways, okay. So then she's training, and she's talking about like, why are you guys not letting me use my powers, kind of thing, to help out? And she's like, it has a ritual or something like that. I can't remember exactly what they talk about here, but this Amazon, obviously, she knows what she's doing because she's an Amazon and she lives on Themyscira. So then we hop over to the death train. Now, I have to admit, I kind of don't like it when they do this in shows, but at the same time, I didn't hate this on this one. I only hated one thing, but I get it because it's budget wise, but we'll talk about it when we get to it. So we're on this train and Tim Drake wakes up. Now, I'll be honest with you, out of all the Robins, Tim Drake is probably the one I know the least about, only because he's not my Robin. Dick Grayson's my Robin, but I do like Damian Wayne. I like Damian Wayne very much in the comic books right now. I like, he's all spunky, but he's got like attitude. I do like Damian Wayne, but Damian Wayne and Dick Grayson, those are my two Robins, I would say, but mostly Dick Grayson. And then a little bit of Jason Todd, but only because of like the Red Hood and stuff. Like me and Jason Todd, that really wasn't my Robin. But anyways, so Tim Drake wakes up here and he's all like, where am I and everything. And this conductor guy, he's all like, your next stop or whatnot. Basically, he's going to, heaven or whatever they're trying to do here. And this is the train on the way to heavens. So he pushes him down and runs away. Sorry, I'm yawning. It's so early for me right now. And he passes Donna Troy, and she's on the bullet train to hell anyways. And this guy wakes up, and I couldn't see if they did anything to his face or if that's just his natural face. Because I was all like, oh, maybe they did some 3D stuff there. But then I was like, why would you pay for that for this guy? I'm like, why would you pay for that? So maybe it's just his natural face, and he's able to like move it in like a weird way. Anyways, so he gets to the back of the train and she's all like, listen, what are you doing? He's all like, I need to get out of here. And she's like, listen, I was scared too when I woke up, but you died and everything. And he's like, I want to go home and kind of thing. And she's all like, what are you doing and everything. So he jumps off the train. She's all like, damn it. So she follows after him. So I'm back on the mascara. Raven goes in here and she starts using her voodoo magic. It's not voodoo magic, but anyway, she starts using her dark magic to raise Donna from Troy and Troy from the dead. She's like, Donna, come back to me or something like that. I can't remember what she says or whatnot. And then this old lady Amazon walks in and everything. She stops in time, but the old lady Amazon knew what she was doing. She's like, sweet pea, I knew what you were going to do and I knew what you were doing. So Raven, not so sneaky on the mascara. So he's running through these black and white woods. And she's like, what are you doing? He's like, want to go home. And she's all like, are you serious right now? She's like, you died. Get over it kind of thing. I'm paraphrasing all this because I didn't write down what they said and I don't remember. But it wasn't like awe-inspiring or anything like that. But the most part about this is, he's all like, I'm going to go home. And she's like, well, you better pace yourself because you got a long walk to go kind of thing. So then these guys show up. Now, these are wraiths and everything. I do not like the design of these guys. They're just hooded with like a black mask thing. And I'm all like, I understand like you use the budget for their little powers and stuff, but like, you tell me you couldn't come up with a better mask / outfit than this. I thought that they were like archers from the League of Assassins. Not really, but you know what I'm saying. Because they looked like it. I was like, what's going on here? This is weird. So they start like blasting them with this stuff, and Donna Troy is able to resist it for a good chunk of time, but Tim Drake gets a stomach ache. So they run and they get into a car, and who's in the car but Hank? I was like, yay! I like Alan Richson. I wish he wouldn't have left the show. I understand why it was like 2 years before this season came out from the last season. And, an actor's got an act. So he went on to a different show. I think he's starring in that show. Don't quote me on that. I'm not going to watch it. I don't care what it is. But I wish he would have been able to stay on the show like full time kind of thing. But they did have too many characters. So I'm kind of happy that they left also. Anyways, so back on Themyscira, they pick up this weird Xena warrior princess thing from this little thing, and I was all like, okay, what are they going to do with that? They did nothing with it. She's just holding it the whole time, and I'm all like, why are you holding this? What is going on here with this warrior Xena princess weapon thing? And so basically they're talking about something about the result, and the black Amazon, she's trying to stand up for Rachel because this old woman is all like, she disrupted the ritual. I'm trying to get her on there. Oh, okay, let's go back. Hold on 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. So she's like, she disrupted the ritual. She has to pay, kind of not really pay, but she has to learn from what she was trying to do because she was doing a no. And this woman is just trying to defend her and being like, this result, she doesn't know our ways. And I can't remember, what did she say? And I liked the line too, because I was like, oh yeah, she said that she was unaware of their customs. And the older Amazon lady, she was all like, yeah, she's willfully unknowingly of our customs. Like she doesn't want to know our customs. She's coming here and she's trying to do whatever she wants on our island. Better check yourself, miss. And then Raven does something very disrespectful. And if I was an Amazon, I'd be like, you disrespect me in my home, biatch. You're gonna catch these hands. You're gonna catch these hands. I don't care how much dark matter you come out of your body. You're gonna catch both these hands. I'm about to ball this. You know what I'm saying? So she calls them she's like, Donna Troy was a hero and you're a coward. And I'm all like, what? You're talking to Amazon's hooker face. You don't call them cowards because they're not. And then there was some other stuff that happened that I don't understand, but this is a completely different, this is like an Elseworld kind of thing. This is a different world compared to the Earth Prime. And I think it's Earth 19 in the CW world. So anyway, so then she's all like, I will carry out the result or whatever. And I wish they wouldn't have used that language, like the result, like get out of here. It's so weird. Anyways, so they're back on the highway of hell. Hank is sitting there talking. He's all like, she's all like, where are you going? He's like, I want to get back to Earth. He's like, so I can, she's like, how did you die? And he's like, Jason Todd, that little fucker, he strapped a bomb to me and boom and everything. And she's like, Donna Troy or Dawn must be devastated. And he's all like, she better be. And that part made me laugh so hard because I'm the exact same way. When I die, my wife better be mourning me for like 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So I liked that line a lot. It was very funny. So then they get to this bar. I don't know what's going on here with this, but he's like, this is like my haven, like my headquarters kind of thing. There was this waiter guy. He dies later on. I don't know what was going on there with that character, but they give Tim Drake a burger and a milkshake or something like that. And then these two sit down and talk. And he's like, I want to get back to Earth because I got to live in too. And she's like, yeah, so did I. She's like, and he's all like, I had a bomb strapped to my chest. And she's like, I died at a carnival, a freaking carnival. While I was on that train, I just told myself, you know what? Maybe I need to go forward and, see what's next. Maybe I'll come back as a clownfish kind of thing. And it kind of made a lot of sense, whether or not you believe in an afterlife or if you just believe that when we die, that's it. There's nothing after that. Somebody explained it to me that they believe we're like computers and that once you die, you just power down and you're just done, kind of thing. And, some people believe in reincarnation, all that stuff. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know, but for the point of this video, it doesn't matter. Anyways, so he's all like, so she's like, all this is about is to get back and get revenge. And he's like, hell yeah, it is kind of thing. So back on Themyscira, old lady Amazon takes her into this little room. There's this little helix made out of rocks. Now, I can't remember what she called it, but she said it's been there since before the island was made. And I go, sure it hasn't. Anyways, she's all like, so that it falls apart and she's all like, you need to rebuild it. And when you're done rebuilding it, then you're done. So then these two, they're sitting here chit, and the wraiths show up. They kill that the waiter guy, the Asian waiter guy, and they're fighting or whatnot, and they're blasting him or whatnot, and he pulls out some guns and shoots them. And then when he shoots them, Tim Drake remembers that he got shot, and that's how he died. Then we go back to Raven building this thing, and these two are sitting here talking. And the old lady Amazon is all like, I had a daughter who died, and we did the ritual, and it didn't work because she was dead. And sometimes you can't bring them back. And we really don't understand, who comes back and who doesn't come back. We don't understand why it works on some and why it doesn't. But there's a process to it. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't know in this version why the Amazons have children. Like maybe it was like her adopted daughter because, that's not, the Amazons don't have babies. I don't think. I'm not too up on my Amazon lore and everything, but yeah. So anyways, but I don't think the Amazons in the comic books, I mean, they did leave the island at one point. I think they've left the island because they did. And then one point they did get, I don't know what it is right now. I'm not up on my Amazons in the comic books at this exact moment. I mostly just read a lot of Batman anyways, and Aquaman. So good. Anyways, so they're sitting there talking. She's all like, it falls apart and everything. So then Donna and Troy, they're all like, all right, how do we get through here. And he's all like, well, there's a rumor about an upside down tree and a bridge that leads to the real world. And he's all like, I got shot. I need to go home kind of thing or something like that. He's like, you're Donna Troy, you're, Wonder Girl, and you're Hank, you're Hawk or whatnot. I don't like that Tim Drake is figuring out everybody's identity. Like, come on. Okay. I mean, I can get like the Robin thing that made sense, but like these two, it's like, okay. So she's using her powers to build this thing, and she gets the last stone up on there. That's gonna be my thumbnail, and it falls down. And that's when she realized, she's like, Donna's not coming back. She's dead. I need to leave because me being here is no good now. So then back on the highway to hell, they're driving and they finally get to the upside down tree. I didn't get a screenshot of it, bummer. And they see the bridge leading to life. And so they're walking across the bridge and everything, and it starts to and everything, earthquake or whatnot. And then the Wraiths show up and they start fighting the Wraiths. And the reason that he was able to pull out guns, I forgot to mention this, is because he tapped into his spirituality and he just thought it and it happened. So then they start thinking. She pulls out 2 bottles of soda. She cracks them and then she throws them at the Wraiths, but they block it. He gets shurinkens or whatever they're called, and he throws them, but he misses and everything, which I'm like, you guys, come on, you're superheroes. Let's do this. He then gets nunchucks and he starts fighting. She gets a sword and he's all like, oh, I get in, because she pulls it out and everything. And she's like, that's more like, and he's like, oh, she gets a sword. And he's like, like not doing great with the nunchucks. Anyways, so then they start blasting them. And the bridge falls apart, and she's there like, Tim, jump, and everything. So he jumps and he misses because he sucks at jumping. And she grabs him with the lasso because she's able to will the lasso, and she saves him. But then it breaks even more, and it's too far for Hank to jump. He can't make it. So he's like, go, I go, why don't you just lasso him again, honeybee? You could do it. But he's like, just go and tell Dawn I love her. And then he manifests a bat and he starts taking them out and everything. And they go on to the real world, and they disappear, and he pops up, and he lives. And the nurse is all like, he's back, doctor. We have a heartbeat array. It's 93 seconds. So he was dead for 93 seconds. And I'm all like, oh, that's crazy. That's craziness and everything. Oh, also Hank, with that one, I just go, how did Hank come back? Because his body is not in the real world. Like these two, I get why they can come back because their bodies are still like present. But Hank, I don't think he was able to come back anyways, because his body was like in a million pieces. Like it was like so gone and like fried. Like there was like maybe like a slab of him left, like if anything. So anyways, so then the portal closes and he's all bummed about it, which I feel bad for him. I feel bad for Hank. And I wish he hadn't. Again, I wanted him to leave the show in the sense that they could come back, because there was already too many characters. And I already feel even in this season that they're not paying enough attention to the characters that I feel like matter the most. But I didn't want him to die, but it happens. What are you going to do? So then he turns around and his brother's there from season 1, the original Dove. And he's like, man, brother, I missed you. And he's like, why are you dressed like that? And he's all like, well, there's a lot of people in here that need help. I figured you, Hawk and Dove, we could help them. Which I go, what? This is so supernatural. If you ever watched the show Supernatural, this reminds me when they went to purgatory and they're just in purgatory, like helping out like everybody. I didn't like that. I think I quit after that season. But anyways, so then back on Themyscira, she is getting ready to go and leave and everything, which is kind of a bummer. I kind of like Themyscira. I wish we could have spent some more time there. Maybe you've seen Wonder Woman, you know what I'm saying? And then, but she hears something or whatever. And so she goes to check on Donna Troy's body and it's gone. So then Bruce, and this is the part that I don't like, and we're going to talk about it in 2 seconds. So Bruce is pouring gasoline on the carpet, and then he lights the fire, and he passes out or whatnot. And then Donna Troy just magically, like a Houdini trick, just appears in the clothing that she was wearing in the afterlife. I'm like, listen, you guys, she should have been wearing the dress that she was wearing when she was dead, because her spirit should have went into her body, and then she could appear wherever you wanted her to. It's like, what? It's fine though. It's like, whatever. So then she carries him out, and then she lays him on the couch. She says, Bruce. And he's like, am I dead? She's like, no. And he's like, but you are dead. And she's like, not anymore. And that's where the episode ends. hold on, I want to find a good. Okay, so like this is the part that I want to talk about. Bruce killing himself. I do not like this at all. Okay. In the beginning of the season, I was fine with them doing the whole him killing Joker thing, only because this is a different world. But you don't need to do Bruce this dirty all the time on this show. Like, don't do him dirty. Okay, fine. You had him lose his cool and he killed the Joker. Okay, fine. I get that. And I'm kind of okay with it. But I'm not cool with him killing himself. Like, no. Daddy, don't play that game with you. I'm not playing that game. I don't like it. Please don't do it again. Okay. But yeah, no, this episode was good. I enjoyed it. Can we please now get back to the meat of the story? And can we also focus on these other characters? Dick Grayson and Starfire are great. But I need you to, they're probably just going to focus on the Bat family for the rest of the season, which is fine. But you guys, there's really good characters in this show besides them, and you guys are not giving them justice, in my opinion. So please start doing that from now on. I would really appreciate that and everything. All right, you guys. So that is my breakdown and review of this episode. Tell me, what did you guys think about this episode? Did you like this episode? Did you not like this episode? Who's your favorite Titans character? I have to think about it now. I want to say I don't know. I'll say Dick Grayson for now. I do like Dick Grayson. Oh, and Starfire is so good too. I'll say Dick Grayson. Yeah, tell me what you guys thought about this. Are you happy now Raven is now going to be back on the team and everything? Are you happy that Donna Troy is not officially dead? Do you wish Hank had made it and back to the living? All that good stuff. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. You know I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week on my breakdown and review of Titans. You guys have a good week. Bye.